What's up, everybody? We got one hell of a game. We got a very high level game, just like popped out of nowhere. I'd like to welcome everybody to Jay's Beyond All Reason cast. So, this is going to be my very, very, very first high level game that I've ever casted. Mostly I do new games, stuff like that. But this one right here had like 36 like spectators in it. So basically what's going on here is we do have very, 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 very high ranked 46 true skill Snoopa in the game and a few others. OP man. It's nuts. It's flipping nuts. This is an all metal map, which basically means there's pretty much unlimited resources as long as you take advantage of it. This is basically, I don't know the name of the map. I can find out though. At least I think I can. Hold on, everybody. We are going to find out if we can find out the match. But anyways, everyone, I am excited for this. This is the first time I've ever been able to cast a real high-level game that I wanted to cast, because normally they're very typical, but this is Snoopa we're talking about here. This is a professional, and there's probably a few more in here that I'm not very aware of because I am fairly new at the game. But I am excited. I started my stream early. This is gonna be amazing. So let's check it out. Playing some tic-tac-toe in the middle. It looks like our blue team has taken the initiative so far as far as the tic-tac-toe is concerned. We do have a front line from what it seems. Now they're probably gonna be contesting this area right here. We have Darth, Films, and Elm. Oh, pretty good front line from what I can tell. I'm trying to find them. Oh my god, this game is huge. Darth, pretty much, you know, he's got, I can only go off of bars and rockers and so on and so forth. Stars and bars, y'all, stars and bars. But as of right now, it looks like they do have what looks like a pretty nice front line. Humble for their opponents going to be Humble News, Shovel, and Lopez 0101. 0101. Bar 2 Hard's going to be probably in a support / probably Navy or hovercraft position. Maniac Mac, Lizard Man Jack, Everick, Wake and Bake. I think that's probably the day we all want to, how we want to start every day, right? We have Grassy Tiger, Bite My Assets, and Spooner, Darkwing, and what's it? Boo Boo. I sneezed. Gnarlin 9, Darb, flopping around here, there, and everywhere. Xeno Zapper, and One Who. Oh, don't forget good old Headless. Good old Headless. And this is going to be our blue team right here. We already went through the front three of the red team. We have and Lopez 0101, Squids McGee, the Blicker FR, Don't Panic, Mangotner, Dark Clone, Fatal Fury, Cat Spiral, of Clan BAB, Fatal XXL. Kind of like me right now. I feel like I'm part of Clan. I'm a little XXL right now. The Battle Bandit, Maverick, Far Too Baked. We have Wake and Bake and Far Too Baked. See, this is how you start the day, and this is how you end the day. Good old Maverick. I think I played with Maverick once or twice. He's a pretty cool guy. Order, Amos, Shadow, Aurelius, and I'm not seeing Snoopa. Where the hell is Snoopa? Snoopa, where are you? Well, whether he's in here or not, no big deal. I could have swore I saw him. Where is he? Where is he? There, yeah, there he is. Of Clan. Hello, it's Snoopa. Hello, Snoopa. Taking him out this back semi-support position, I would say, especially since Navy is pretty much, you know, there, drawing out his lines, because he's saying, hey, this is where my base is going to be located. Please do not encroach, and please not touch my shit. This is going to be right here. I am excited about. Here, let me fix this up for you. There you go. I am fairly excited about this. I have never ever casted a high level game, but like I saw it and I was like, I got it. I got to get in it. So basically, it's probably going to start out pretty standard with some ticks, some scouts, probably attempt to run by. I don't know how you run by very effectively on a map like this, especially with a choke that intense, but if it happens, it happens. It would be cool. These are pretty extreme players we are looking at here. On top of it, there is potential for some like shenanigans, especially hovercraft. I don't see anything too crazy though. It seems pretty standard as far as everything I can see for our blue players. Now our red team, far too big, going pretty standard as far as I can tell. We do have some vehicle bays. I think vehicle bays are the right choice on a map like this, especially since there's not a lot of micro you can do to kind of outrun, or unless you're up here, kind of like outrun the AoE blast damage from a lot of the artillery that you probably will be cranking out. Lots of engagements. Ooh, looks like that insider just pretty much got eaten alive by all those rascals. Once again, there are a bunch of vehicle. Yeah, it seems like bots are kind of like a dead thing for most players. Bot labs are definitely more of a new player friendly, I think, mainly because it helps you with your eco, not spending that much, and I do if you, and I think the tier 2 bots are worth it. We do have an insider trying to take a few pop shots on these rascals, but these rascals are responding quite nicely. We have some basic grunts out in the field now. They should be able to add to the DPS and the health of their front lines. We do have aggravators coming out in the field, and there is going to be what looks like a very light run by. This can cause a little bit of damage if Humble Noob does not respond correctly, which he does. Pushes him over here, but Lopez not really. I don't think Lopez really sees it. Now he sees it. Oh, being a little more annoying than I would think, especially since this grunt's got a little bit more fiber. Oh, get it. Oh. Yep, you got it. Doing a little bit more damage than I would expect, but, so is the game. We do have thugs out in the field now. I do like these changes from rascals to grunts to thugs. I do like the way the front line is playing right now. They are slowly but surely causing eco damage and taking advantage of their eco advantage by simply creating bigger and better units. Now, thugs are I'm not the biggest on. I don't know too much about the Cortex units as far as bots or anything like that, but I do know their counterpart. Backing off is the right idea. In big numbers, grunts are actually pretty good. The one thing you get here, because I believe these are about, what's the DPS on this thing? 63. Believe it or not, DPS on here can be actually higher, which can be upwards of 70, and they fire a lot faster, 75, and they fire a lot faster. So I believe, as far as what is this? Medium dual weapon infantry bot. This has got to be a Legion unit coming from our pink player. I do like it. Amos is in fact a Legion commander. Pumping out these Legion. Now I have no idea what Legion units do. I'm not gonna lie. Only playing the game for a couple weeks, but I really do enjoy casting it. We do have some peaks going out and asking for a little bit of help, and I think he's probably going to get it. This is people tend to respond a lot better in these games. Oh, that is quite the intimidating wall of really armed metal extractors. Yeah. So basically, Cortex gets I believe Cortex. I'm almost 100% sure it's Cortex. They get basically these metal extractors that can you can make them like laser towers. You can make them like the aggravator, but it just, I think they're called what are they called? The Cerberuses, and they're basically no. That's with geothermal plants. Yes. But basically, these are pretty darn tanky. Do 160, could do up to 160 damage. If they're at far range, they do 80 damage. We do have what sounds like Navy battling all out. Our blue team pushing in. Looking like they're going to be able to do some decent damage on the Navy side. I would say there's not a lot of response from the red team as of yet. They were pretty much able to blast the defenses. I don't think they can respond too much. Yeah, construction ships are not going to help, in my opinion. Maybe, sad to say for the red team, this is going to be quite decisive of a battle, in my opinion, unless he does get some sort of really epic shots off with his D gun, or even a good explosion sacrificing his commander. I doubt it though. They are just too well spread out. Gunships coming out to try and help out. They are able to push back blue team for a little bit. They are able to push back blue team. I think the constructor box are putting out torpedo. Now this could be a big deal for the red team if they're able to get out a few res ships, and if those res subs come out and they're able to either eat this up or revive some of it. They are ahead of what looks like seems to be economy, and they really can take advantage of that and start their own push, in my opinion. Maverick taking advantage of the sea lanes to get a little bit more energy and hold up on and save some space for more metal. That is a lot of metal. How much per second? Plus 43 metal per second with just tier 1 is pretty insane. But he's still stalling out with getting his tier 2 bot lab, this is nuts. But, all right. Snoopa. Let's see. Where was Snoopa? Snoopa right here? Just doing... Looks like he's already got a fusion reactor out. Oh, what is this? A tier 2 construction turret. Say what? This has got to be a modded game, but I like it. A tier 2 construction turret. Never seen it before. This is it. We are in for a treat, guys. We're gonna have a lot of really cool things happening on this game. Things I've never seen before. I'm really glad I got to cast it. I did ask in chat if they did my casting, me cast in. Nobody responded, so I really couldn't get. Right now it's like not too late. I gave you the option. Oh man! All right, jump to advanced fusion reactor at what? 7-8 minutes advanced fusion. Yeah, this is a very extreme eco build, which I like it. I like it. You are going to need that eco, especially on this side, because you might have to help out this Navy a little bit. There is a bit more scuffling going on in the Navy. We do have some shark's teeth, which is basically like the dragon's teeth. You don't want this to snowball because honestly, if it rolls through, it can roll through your base quite quickly. And red is looking pretty menacing, no lie. Yeah, red does look really menacing. I think they missed a golden opportunity early on to pretty much take out one of their more dangerous players. These gunships are helping a lot. He is going planes and Navy. Yeah, that's a very dangerous combo because they are going to be forced to get anti-air. It is, and the more you force them into something that they're like anti-air, just over a few planes, the easier it is for them to snowball. And honestly, look at that. It's huge. That's what she said. Giggity goo. All right. Bottom sea lanes look to be about stalled out a little bit. We do have submarines versus fast assault corvettes. Submarines should have no problems with this, especially if you had one or two more. Yeah, destroyers and submarines versus that. No, there's no way. I don't think they can push, but they can't get pushed at the moment. Xeno Zapper in the back lanes. This has got to be like a crazy, advanced shipyard. This is going to be where you're going to be seeing your first flagships and missile destroyers, so on and so forth. Front line still pretty static right now, which is the case as these choke point games kind of be. They'll stall out a little bit, push, counter push. These people are so evenly matched that they pretty much hit tier 2 at the same time. It's almost impossible to find a definitive victor, especially early on in the game. Cat Spiral in the middle is going to be our air player, at least one of our air players, doing a really good job keeping up on their eco. It looks like they have been eating up a lot of their stuff, which is, there's not a lot of room. So you do absolutely have to eat up your windmills and your regular energy converters, which you're not going to get energy converters on this map. You're just going to build more of these. You're going to build just more extractors. Simple as that. Only thing energy is good for is just energy. Red team making a push right now with ballistas. Medium rock bots. These are once again another Legion unit. Legion is a is a is another is like a oh, how do I describe it? Like, there's 3 races in StarCraft. It's like a third race, but it's like not official yet. They're about to add it, but they are making a massive breakthrough, and there is some fast units trying to squeeze through it. Oh, ouch. Now I don't know. Oh, maybe a hold fire on that just so you get back there. Maybe you could have done more damage, but I highly doubt it. Great. But it did take out a lot of their fast moving units. This is going to give blue team a time to kind of send out a response. Looks like their response right now is just more of trying to get tier 1 out for which tier 1's not bad, especially pawns, because pawns do about 90 damage per second. And getting them out in mass can help out a ton. They just don't have a lot of health. Game has been paused. Bite My Assets looks like he has been dropped and he's rejoining. Some people saying, hey man, I need some metzels. But yeah, great game so far. As we look at the bases, you could totally tell advantages just by looking at bases, honestly. Obviously, red team is going to end up having a bit of advantage. Now, purple team's catching up. And pink team is not really pink would be normally typically in this position, kind of a support. Looks like he's kind of echoing, but so it is going to come up to the red player to hold off booger green, I'm going to call it, and lime green, far too hard, and Darb, and potentially even Amos. Yeah, Amos too. Sorry, didn't see his C-Lab there. But yeah, red is going to have to hold it all off. This can get potent, and he can't get out echoed, especially as space becomes to a premium. Interesting stuff we got going on right here. Good old Snoopa. Yeah, all this stuff's upgraded to, yeah, look at that. 159 at 12 minutes, 159 metal per second. Energy's going through the damn roof. He's going to be just fine. All right, busting out one of those bad boys. Hi, buddy. What are you going to do with you? Huh? I want to know what you're going to do with you. Where's Snooper Commander? I like it, buddy. And what? And what? And what? I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it go places and do things. Very good. Oh, it looks like the push has been stalled out, especially with the tick spam and the tier 1 spam. The issue I have right now is they don't really. Blue team's on a thread. Blue team is like they're on a thread. They can't let I can really see. Yeah. Good news is they're going snipers. They're going sharpshooters, so they're not real fast. But you get like a bunch of blitzes put up behind here. You kind of just storm through and just redo what you're doing. But they don't see it. They don't see it. And honestly, these guys are pros. They know what they're doing. I don't. Don't take my word for it. But it's going to be quite nice. Ooh. Do you guys see what I see? You guys see what I see? Stuff. Oh, he's going to be able to do it too, it looks like. Oh, it's happening. Nope. Yep. Oh, and a Juno. Oh, so nice. So nice. It's all dead. Everything died. Oh, right as they're about ready to get it up too. Yeah. Really fast nuke. Well done by our blue team. Being able to really cripple our frontline players. Now it's going to come up to our backline right here. They're going to have to start producing pretty heavy. Oh, a Starfall. This is another one of those things. It's one of those super weapons that the Legion gets. Basically, it's just like plasma. Just like, you'll see why it's called Starfall. You'll see if you think they have a freaking gun. They have a cannon that launches pawns, which is kind of the best thing in the entire world, honestly. What is that? Does that pawn have a top hat? Oh my god, it has a birthday hat. I love it. Squiz McGee just trying his best to get some sort of yep. Yep, Overwatch is out. I like the call for Overwatches. Oh my god, they all have cool hats. Shovel. It has a cool. Can I have a hat? Very cool. Very cool. This game, every day I find new things that make me fall in love with it. But yeah, this amount of sharpshooters and welders, there's no tier 1 leaking through. The only thing they could really do that would be instant damages, like maybe like get up like a plasma cannon, something along those lines. But that's about it. And it's just going to be this for a minute. Let's take a look. Red player. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, red player basically getting 3v1 right now, which I think somebody could have stepped up a little sooner to kind of help him out. But right now, he can't hold this. He can't hold this. And if he does hold it, that's a lot of metal right there, which honestly, we're not worried about metal on this map. What you really want to do is res all this stuff. Because like the zombies do, you kill your enemy and then you add them to your ranks. It's beautiful. But it can't be held off. There are a few battleships, cruisers. There are no flagships as of yet that I can see on the map. Headless versus far too baked. It's been the same thing all game. This has been the much more exciting sea lane, especially since they are producing anti-air. It's helping out greatly. Red player will take a big hit no matter what, though. Sad to say, but he does have some paladins out. He does have a paladin out and a battle cruiser. Ooh, flagship entering super heavy assault corvette. It's a dreadnought. This has got to be for the Legion, I think. I've never seen a dreadnought before. At least I don't think so. And if I have, I'm not a C player. I just wasn't paying attention. But yeah, this will clean it up. This will clean it up. Some res subs will be nice. Ooh, what are these? Self-destructing. Ooh, kamikaze plane. So basically, we have a little bit of a reenactment of the Battle of the Coral Sea and so on and so forth. Oh man, quite intense. Now I didn't think red was going down, but there was getting to a point where I was like, "Oh, he's going down," but he didn't. He didn't. Thank God for the yellow player busting out a dreadnought. This should prompt a response from our blue team with something heavy of their own. And right as I say that, we are staring right at a ballast ship. A ballast ship is basically a moving. It's a moving long-range plasma. I'm smiling so hard it's making me yawn. This what's going on here? Are you doing the stuff and the things? He's doing the stuff and the things. But when he does the other stuff and things, I will let you guys know. But I do like the inclusion of this long-range plasma cannon. I do think that right now he does need to kind of pick apart a little bit of this Navy from a range, especially with this dreadnought. He's just going to lose too much. All right, looks like we got a anti cool, an anti-nuke. What is it? Like frigate thingy. But yeah, it's just like it's like a sea anti-nuke. It's kind of cool. I like it. Pushing out. It does look like stuff might happen in this line right here. We're gonna find out in a second. Some of these do have halos, so there's been a few reses here and there. And this is why I'm afraid green because I don't want to push into this because this many of these orcas can and will shred this apart. Ooh, good use of torpedo bombers. They're hard to use, but yeah, I think there's no way. I think both teams aren't pushing yet. Not gonna happen. Not yet. Not today. Man, Snoop has now got his own Air Force. It's going to be nuts. It's hard to even tell what I'm looking at this point. Everything's kind of merging together. But yeah, we do have what looks like to be about the average 2 to 3 aphises per player, especially on the back lines. Front lines, not so much. Yeah, they're just like the best I can see is like. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but like, yeah, we do have an advanced fusion reactor going up in a million years, apparently. This front line right here, just we do have Razorbacks out in the field, and oh my god, another. This is Inferno. It's basically it. Well, look what it does. All that flames, that's from this thing. It is nice. I do like the fact they have the gantry on the front lines. Good use of EMP bots. I believe those were spy bot usages. Could have been EMP planes. I'm not sure, but good use of them. This is going insane. This right here. Looks like we have Air Force for the Air Force, Navy. The choke is full of bots. Looks like blue might push through. Oh, especially with those dragons we saw earlier. These dragons should, in my opinion, call for maybe a GG in the near future. Yeah, this is going to hurt. This is really going to hurt. There's not enough anti-air. There's not enough air. Air is being handled by their air. Yeah. Yeah, we're starting to see these really get into the back line and cause some serious issues. These dragons right now, just too painful, too much, too everything. There it is. There's the big boom. There's a few more big booms that can be had. Luckily for the red team, the big booms do help hurt these dragons. Luckily for our blue team, there is a few more. I think a little bit more damage. Maybe they could get one more and get it. If he gets it, no. That's an amazing amount of damage done by 6 units. Amazing amount of damage. But amazing game too. I do like the balls. Humble Noob asking for a builder. We do have an anti-nuke going up in the air. Let's watch it meet with the regular nuke. And a boom. Juno's going off. Leak slowly appearing on the front from the front line. The back is starting to have to deal with it. This can easily snowball. There's not enough air for the red team. Not enough air for the red team. One good bombing run can end this. Is that what we're going to see here today? Red team, red player, though, did come back. Oh, he is using I think that's an epic Lynch. So Lynch is basically a atomic bomber. This thing right here is like a super atomic bomber. Interesting. Lots of really cool new stuff going on for both our teams here. Maybe some of these super weapons can prove to be a game changer. I am not sure, though. Another super heavy assault Corvette out on the front. This is going to cause issues, but I don't think it can win the game. Blue team just well head and shoulders above the, like, you pull back, you see it. You pull back, you see it. You don't need to be up here looking at the battle lines to know what's going on. Yeah. Red is making a valiant effort, though. Brown team looks like they are going to start pushing with some anti-air ships and a anti-nuke generator. What else? I'm sure there's some other. Yeah. We got a flagship in the mix. This is gonna push back green a little bit. And the anti-air ships are going to hold off this, right? No problem. Yeah. That is a lot of kamikaze bots or planes. They are trying. Can they come back? I don't think so, though. That's a. He is asking for his fusion back. Something tells me he's having some trouble stalling out a little bit on his Praetorians, armored assault mechs. Once again, Legion coming through with a few mechs that I'm not very familiar with, but I've seen them on streams before, and they're really, really, really cool. Not necessarily, they're not broken or anything. There are a few things that they have that are meant to be broken. They're just super cool, like the pawn launcher and stuff. But I think those are just for flavor. We do have a few Titans out in the field. This one lone LLT with his cool little hat. We do have some Dragons out for our red team. Trying to hold the line with the Dragons. I can agree with this. Absolutely. Despite the massive damage, Blue has yet to capitalize on it. There's just not they're being held back on all ends. Red's doing a good job holding their Navy. They have enough anti-air and air units to kind of hold back Snoopa and his air allies. I don't know. They have a lot, but I think if they had enough, they would have gone by now. Speaking of that, we do have some air units going in. I'm not sure what kind of air units those are. They're martyrs. Yeah, they're the self-destruct bots. Look like they were handled quite easily. But now Brown has advanced forward. And I didn't even see the Calamity. This is basically a Ragnarok, but for Cortex. Calamity should go down. This is kind of a big deal because you would like to see that do the damage needed. And he's going to try and get some serious damage done. All he needs is one bubble for right now because right there it is. And that was painful. Blue team now on the receiving end. Ooh, lots of dragons right here. But I think Red has anti-air to deal with them at this point. Unless they want to all go together. Even so, it's a bit risky. Yeah, there's a lot of we have 5 teams. We have 5 players going air for our blue squad right now. It is possible just to overwhelm it. Courage Narok. No, you lost to. I think you lost to Dragons. I just think Ragnarok just kind of cemented it. But this is my own personal opinion. Good job though. You're definitely a better player than me. That's for sure. But from a player with a perspective of all this, I can tell you right now, those sneaking through here really, really hurt. And your front line just, I don't know how it didn't hold. You guys had what I felt like was a superior front line. But yeah, it looks like the Dragons once again are ended. Dragons are always a good call because almost nobody builds them out of AA to really deal with them. The way a lot of players will deal with them is just try to catch. Once they see them, they just go offensive and try to catch them back. Plus, they have epic dragons too. So this is really cool. This is kind of like a modded version, which is really interesting. I really appreciate the great game played by Red Team, though, for sure. They did a really good job. They tried their best to hold off. Just when that front collapsed and the Dragons got the back line, I just could not see it happening. Maybe with that Brown push, but obviously bit off a little more than chew. Nothing you can do at this point now. Sad to say. I don't think Ragnarok ruins games like this. I'm kind of glad for it because who wants to be in this game for 50 minutes? It's already been half an hour. And if you're going to play an all-metal map, you got to know Ragnarok's going to come out at some point, right? When I was about to push, see what? Yeah. Yep. OP Man of the same opinion. And OP Man is the highest rank ever here. Excuse language. Yeah. He says, nah, the Dragons in mid-game. Even reach your back line. Yep. Yeah. And that was of our good old professional player of Clan Hello, Snoopa. I think he's not going to. These games, I don't think they're ruined by Ragnaroks. Honestly, I think it'd be ruined without Ragnaroks. Who wants to sit in this for another 30 minutes? That's what happened to that Supreme. I'm not going to take advantage of their amazing games. Let me see if I can get my Twitch for them, though. Because why not, right? Why not? Why not? Give me one check. Really appreciate them. I'm going to leave now. I gave them all the love in the world. I said thank you, and I'm not going to take advantage of the fact that they're much bigger people than me. They're probably all have their own channels. They're probably all amazing and very nice and very fun. And so I don't want to take advantage of it. I'm just going to be happy with my one game that they let me stream, and I'm going to just start doing what I normally do. We're going to go to more of a newbie friendly game and enjoy ourselves, and we'll cast from there. All right, so this right here is going to be, Supreme Isthmus. I don't know. The problem with Supreme Isthmus, or the problem with this, right, is this tend to stalls out real easy. So it's really kind of hard to really enjoy the game because the lines will get static. And then you'll have like 20 minutes of like everybody building anti-nukes everywhere and everybody trying to skirt like around the side with like marauders and this, that, and the other. And it's just kind of like, it's a fun game. It's amazingly fun. It's way funner than Glitters. But the problem you have with it is like it just stalls out when you're trying to cast. And it's no fun. It's no fun. And we're all here for fun, right? Am I right? So I'm sorry. Some of y'all might notice like a few of my decorations are down. My room looks pretty bare right now. I am moving. I will be in my new place tomorrow. I'm going to try and stream tomorrow. Try to have hopefully the internet's not too bad. You never know. It's basically a roommate situation. They're really chill people. So I'm going to try and continue to stream and give my thoughts on the game. We do have J-Dog in the game. He is a veteran of the channel. Ninja Looter, Tibbs McGee, Malfetus. There's our front lines. They are really weird. Our front lines right now are pretty weird. I'm pretty sure the reason why is because we do have a few new players in here, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't want it. Yeah, see, Gold's like, hey, like what the hell? Take your mexes. Not taking your mexes is a big deal in a game like this. So as we go on, it does look a little bit more standard. A little dip right here. For some reason, people just like to hold this right here. I hate that. I absolutely despise it when people try to hold this. Because I'll tell you why. For one, you're letting the blue player out. He can kind of like there's no access to this canyon. But the main thing is, all right, what's that say? 1.8, right? What's the extractor he has say? 3.2. He has not only his 3.2 available, he has secured the enemy's 3.2. And there's only so many of them. They're all on the front line. So to me, that's a pretty obvious indicator that you're meant to take that and hold that to the best of your ability, right? So a lot of people, they don't push up to that 3.2. They let the other team have it. And that 3.2 is like the same as two of those two mexes. So it's like a 4-point swing, It's like if you're doing basketball and like you decide not to take a three and then you get the ball stolen, they take a three. It's not really 3 for them. It's negative. It's 3 for them and -3 for you. But it's just the way it is. J-Dog 75 pushing forward with his commander a little bit. I'm not a big fan of him pushing forward, especially since he's about to lose it. He really needs that build power on the front line. Oh, ouchies. He does have a gauntlet built. That is quite the investment, in my opinion. He has a very, very investment-heavy front line, especially for – I do not believe he grabbed his 3.2. He may have. I think it – no, I believe he did. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure, everybody. We have 10 people in the stream. I would like to welcome you all. If you're new, please feel free to chat, enjoy yourselves. A lot of the people that watch my stream, if they're not in game, they are more than happy to talk to you guys and tell you what they were thinking and what their thoughts on the state of the game is. I do my best. I'm not the best at like paying attention to chat, man, because you guys are way over here and the action's way over here. So, but I really do try my best. So feel free to say hi. I'm always welcome. I'm always happy to welcome new people to the stream. I've only been streaming for about a week. This is what I like to see. I would like to see more of like grave robbers come out for them. But in a pinch, yeah, absolutely. Pick up all the metal. This is 4.58K metal right here. This is well more than enough to get you into tier 2, especially since he's still pushing. He could start his tier 2 right now, in my opinion, and probably have no problem finishing it. Especially since he's applying pressure. I would just keep applying that pressure and just eat that all up if I can. He doesn't see what I see. His vision's a lot different than mine. It's easy to be like, hey, bro, do this when he doesn't see what I see. Orange holding down the canyon pretty nicely. Both teams going as expected, going with artillery. Artillery in the canyon's pretty standard, man, because AoE does a lot better in tighter spaces than, say, rockets or plasma from a mace or lasers from a centurion and so forth. So you do want to get more. We do have a little bit of a push and counter push coming from our blue and purple, pink players. It is kind of pushed back. Yeah. Leaving another nice big field of metal right out in the field. See, this is the thing. Is like if you're going to push, you cannot be leaving huge metal fields on the doorsteps of your enemy. Because even if you win, you can lose. Because you have to secure it. If you win, you can't secure it. And the other team, like say somebody comes up and another player comes up and just eats it all up. That's a loss. It's a resource game. You gotta control the resources, and they say there's 3 resources: metal, energy, and build power. You can kind of put a little subcategory for metal fields. You know, metal fields are player created resources, which through good engagements and proper positioning, you can take advantage of it, and you can really get an advantage. I don't see a lot of scouting going on as far as like planes flying across. Scouting to me is very important. I'll tell you exactly why. Because right now we do have our very first fusion reactor coming out for our yellow eco player, while we have an advanced fusion reactor coming out for our blue eco player. And this is something you want to know about because you want to know if you're on the back foot or if you're ahead. And right now, yellow getting pushed in a little bit. These poor Sheldons, man. Like that, you have to play them like that. Yeah, yellow's gonna just did not do the best job in the world, like macroing his base, in my opinion. It is what it is. Sweaty Fish, I believe we have had him on the stream before. Not 100% sure, but I do like his unit composition. I would rather see Centurions, even though they're a little bit more expensive, because honestly, maces are kind of trash. I was just watching a video by Jaws Munch, and maces are, throw them away. Don't use them. Use them if you have to. That's pretty much it. I am glad to see him able to push that away, though. I don't know. Oh, somebody probably gave him Sheldons, which is all right. Yeah, Sweaty Fish. We all know Sweaty Fish. Why are you bothering? What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? They are getting pushed back, but what you're hoping for is you don't have a tier 2 vehicle plant. Oh, man. This is rough because gold player right now is the front line. Pink is not holding that well. He's holding like a potato because he is a potato. Hot potato. But, yeah, here's the issue. If we look at economies right now, I don't know what's going on with Pink, but he does. Hold on. Let's try to find out how many Pink has. 25 at the 15-minute mark. Okay, the game before. Let's pretend the game before we just saw that was professional. We ended around, I want to say the 31-minute mark. This is halfway through. Could you imagine any of those bases looking like this halfway through the game? Even the front lines, Green's pushing through. Yeah, you got to be able to micro and macro at the same time. There's a few tricks here and there you can learn. Yeah, like this should never happen. This is just and there goes your eco. And he was unable to get tier 2, I think, mainly because he probably had to deal with the front line, but that's all right. That's all right. This is a new. We do cast new games. That's what I cast. But I do have to call it like I see it, and maybe somebody will look at it and improve the game, and I will feel really good about myself because I made somebody better. Maybe, who knows? Yep. Pretty much. No for J Nova. Kind of called it. People are like, nothing to see here. I do like it. This is a meme right here, dude. I got to clip that or something. Nothing to see here. Love that. Love that. He's trying. They're trying. I don't think that right now there is anything to see here. Of Clan Smart, Ninja Looter just kind of doing his thing. Maybe not push into the Sheldons right now. Just well, yeah, you can. They're brutes. I just don't like medium tanks for Sheldons. You want something a little bit more heavy, in my opinion. Maybe get some long range like artillery pieces or something, because then stuff like this happens. But the problem is, tier 1's not the answer anymore, especially against Mausers. Mausers AoE bots just get eaten alive, especially tier 1 bots. And now they can push. So yellow is going to end up being able to push. They are going to take out all this deep static defense from our dark green player, Ninja Looter. Ninja Looter looks like he is. Yay! He didn't lose his commander. Good job on him. I am very happy for him. But the problem is metal storages, stuff like this, going to go down. I know he needed metal storage at the time, but he's going to lose so much metal the second that goes down. Oh, it did go down, it looks like. This is why I never put that stuff front line. Blue team trying to push through the canyon. Looks like they're going to be met by the brown player. This is Brute versus Rocketeers and Maces. Mace is not the worst choice in the world for canyon because you can't really dodge them, but I still think Centurions are superior. They have a bit of a range advantage, armor advantage, DPS advantage, all the advantage. But for right now, they're cheaper and they'll do the trick. yeah. This is you just gotta let it slide, bro. Gotta let it slide. Just forget about it. We are 19 minutes. We have our very first anti-nuke go down. Actually, for the red team at least. Looks like anti-nukes are down for the blue team. Good on them. Really, everything that's important right now is protected. Even though it would be nice to get gold player out, just because you want to eliminate the air threat if you can. Blue team just kind of imposing their will right now. Blue team's issue right now is these canyons now, because they're hard to push into. We do have some wielders come from the front line. They do have a little bit of HP, some Tiger heavy tanks. You do, yeah. You want to get this out into the open. No, do you really? Honestly, with Mausers, I would prefer to engage that in the canyons because of the AoE. Anybody want to donate them some energy? Yes, reclaim the stuff and things. Use energy. Use the metal. Get the stuff. Because right now, what are we looking at? Massive metal piles. Got some massive metal piles going down. Air just doing what air always does. It kind of like flip around in a little bit of a circle. I would love to see them get. I would love to see maybe a little bit of a. Maybe some bombers being made just for funsies. Still on tier 1. Still on tier 1 in the back line. For right now, you shouldn't be on tier 1. You need to make a play. You're the only one that really can make a play on. See how many you got. 56. You got 56. You're in more of an ego spot and all that. And I know Pink has been kind of like not being able to hold the line, but by now, yes, here we go. This should be done pretty soon. There should be more of these, and this turned down, but this is just, they can do it. You can do it. Do it. Push out some vehicles. Advanced construction vehicle, okay. You do want to upgrade these. Well, they already are upgraded. You want to upgrade the rest of them, I guess. Yeah, potato's done. Yep. And I don't see anything. You're getting killed by the same hound push that came 10 minutes ago. That's the issue I'm having here. It's like you should not be getting killed by the same thing that happened 10 minutes ago, in my opinion. Now, I'm not going to be mad at Potato. Like, we're all, could very well be noobs. It is what it is. It is what it is. But same time, like, this has got to be frustrating for maybe one of his other teammates. Where did that? Oh, we got a Starlight. Starlight, but no energy to use it. It's funny. Yep. Ouchies. At least our gold player was able to bust out a few gunships, being able to keep from permanent damage happening to himself. I think it was a bit lopsided, no doubt. There was some poor macro going on there, which is, it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. They are newer players that we are dealing with here. One Chevron. Don't start. Oh my God. That's it. Yeah. I apologize for my roommate, guys. I apologize for my roommate. Hey, Angel. How you doing, buddy? So we have our buddy Angel saying hi. Welcome to the chat. Good to have you, buddy. It's going to be a good times. J-Dog's in our spectators for this game. That should be interesting. I would love to spectate him. Oh, well, I'm sure he'll love to spectate. But yeah, good to see you, Angel. Sorry, right now I kind of got like two things going on at once right now. It's kind of distracting me. But yeah, we are having a good time on all that glitters. Kind of fucking. Sorry. Sometimes when you got a little bit of external what is it? Stimuli, it kind of throws off when you're trying to cast. Is it? It's got to be glitters, right? Okay, so here's my options, all right? Here's the reason why I cast glitters, right? I love Supreme. I love playing on Supreme. Yes, you're right. You're 100% right. It is a Dust 2 bar. Now, there's a reason why I cast it. Is because I tried casting Supreme, and I don't really know the other maps too well because I am fairly new. But I'll tell you, I casted Supreme, and it always turns into like this giant stalemate with so much going on, but nothing's happening at the same time. The lines haven't moved, but for some reason there's a Ragnarok in the most weirdest of places, and 45 minutes later, I want to blow my brains out type of deal. And I just casted my very first all metal map though, and it was with Snoopa. Snoopa was in it. I was like, I got to do this. Started the stream early. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was a bit hectic. It was a bit chaotic, but it was really, 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 really fun. Thing about this is it tends to be quick. Sometimes you can see some really cool innovations from other players, and because they're newer players, sometimes some weaknesses can be exploited faster, and it's a good thing for people like me, newer players, can like just work on getting the basics down. Because honestly, not understanding like this guy's drawing this out right here, right? And I think he's right because you want to hit your 3.2. Maybe you might want to get your other 3.2. Get the other 3.2 if the other guy just decides he's going to go like back here like we saw last game. But yeah, it's good for learning the basics. And honestly, basics are good for me to cast because there's a few other maps where there's it's not so cut and dry. So we're going to start introducing our players. For Clans SMRT, we have Ninja Looter going for the entrance of Canyon. We have Nut going to be his right-hand man. Mad Dog 411 going to be just left-hand side of our Canyon player. Greedo shot first. Okay, Greedo shot first. Okay, I just got it. Demo is going to be his support player, probably his support player too. Honestly, I prefer that he pays not only attention to this, but also this, just in case some shenanigans happen. Iron Wings is going to be our appropriately named air player. Sweaty Fish is going to go Echo. And who is this? X Viper going to be going for our left-hand support player. For our blue team, oopsie doodle. For our blue team, no, it was definitely not normal. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Hey, OP man, I saw you in chat. You were commenting that the Dragons were what cost them that game, and I 100% agree with you. Like I said, like I'm pretty sure you know the players a lot better than me, and you probably know the ropes a lot better than me. But the fact of the matter is, like I saw someone say the Ragnarok, I was like, no, the Ragnarok just kept this from being like a 50-minute game. But yeah, we have Raj Paj, just left-hand side, left-hand front line, which is going to be holding the front of the Canyon entrance. Tony No is going to be his right-hand man. Where this arrow and this line is going. Sodfather going to be the left-hand man of Malfetus, who's going to be trying to hold the Canyon. Tibbs McGee is going to be his support, and if he's good enough, Sodfather's support. Potato is going air. I really hope that he does a little bit better air than he did with did as a frontliner. Relatively new player helping OP Man. Oh, all right, so OP Man's just a new. He says he's a new player. You know, organized special luck game. That was really cool. That's really cool. Now, the one thing I really love about this game is that the community. It's still a little bit small, but it's kind of blowing up. And the community is so small. Is like I constantly run into like the same players, and they're all super nice and friendly. Like I was totally expecting to be kicked out of that lobby when I was like, "Hey, I'm streaming," just But no, everybody was nice. Now we've casted big old. We're gonna call him Mr. Johnson. We're gonna call him Mr. Johnson over here. I've casted him before, and I have finally come up with a good name for him, Mr. Johnson. Cat cow. Alone in the world, it's a little cat cow. He's gonna be our support player. Lines have not yet been established. We do have a few scouting units out in the field. He opened arm there. And ground call, rough start. Yeah. Well, arm air can be rough. The one thing I like about Armada Air is like really good use of EMP bombers can be amazing. It really can be amazing. It can really make up for not having shurikens. Is it? See, I'm not an air player. I'm a frontline player. So, like, the only time I'll ever even think about an air lab is if somehow like everybody quit and I hit the take button. That's it. I'm like, oh, there's air lab. What's in there? But yeah, but still, like, even so, like, if you can get past tier 1 and get tier 2, those can come in handy. But the fact of the matter is, I think it's pretty much a consensus. You want to, yeah, 100%. I think you're buying meta. No, well, There is a if you're really good, you got your build down to a T. Not having that 450 can actually make you stall. But the problem is, no one here I'm playing with or I'm casting is that good. So it doesn't make sense because it gets to the point where like you should just be helping your team. Yeah. Is that true? I did not know that. Yeah, because like every now and then someone shares with me. Yes, absolutely. It's 100% best to play AI for a while. Get what you want to do. Brightworks has some really good builds. Jaws Munch has some really good videos. You want to get a build down. You want to understand how the economy works because I'm going to give you a little quick rundown of how the economy works. Right. So right here you have. All right. So the basics, easy. No, I'm not playing. I only really cast mainly because um, when I play, I do this. I'm gonna get some Rocketeers. Do a little stutter step. Yeah, that's how I am when I play. So, and plus, I think it's really nice to get these guys out and cast them. They seem to really enjoy it. But the way the economy works, unlike other games, you just want enough to where you fill up to where you're not overflowing. And so there's a few ways to do that. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But you want to watch who was it? All right, so quick tips for anybody. Just quick tips. Don't ask why. Don't ask how. Just I'm gonna tell you some quick tips. If you follow these, you're gonna do a lot better. For every 5 of these, build one energy converter. All right. You do that early game, and you just keep doing that. You keep building those. Build 5, build one energy converter. Build 5, build one energy converter. Build 5, build one energy converter. You're gonna do just fine. I promise you. OP man, not sure. No OP lobby up, sadly. Oh, no worries. I tend to say that if you can beat Barbarian without cheesing, you're ready to play multiplayer. I kind of disagree because Barbarian does not. Well, depends on who you're playing, to be perfectly honest, to see why the hell there needs to be 50 billion pings. There is a bit of a run by coming through. This could do some damage. Not if you have shurikens, though, right? Am I right, guys? Am I right or am I right? I think absolutely you want core for an air player, especially for situations like this. But I do think you should be able to be prepared for situations like this, especially if see. So I want you guys to see something about this economy for the yellow player that I always notice. Um, see windmills. Something we missing? Energy converters. We're missing energy converters. Right now he has. Now he had enough for 2 energy converters, right? That's 2 metal per second. 2 metal per second doesn't sound like a lot, but how many seconds are in a minute? 60, right? That's 120 metal per minute. We're at about 6.5 minutes into the game, so we'll say he could have had him at a minute and a half in the game. So, yes, sir.
Do you have an extra smoke I can bomb?
In a little bit, I'm casting right now, brother.
Okay.
Sorry, don't worry about it. I got remakes, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to help him out. If you guys don't mind, I am going to put this on player's view. This is going to go to Tony No Nose. Please forgive me for this. I do have to take care of some business real quick. But know that I love you. Lots of love, guys. I'll be right back. Boop, boop, boop. I apologize about that, everyone. Oh, but yeah, I do apologize about that, everyone. I know I should be really casting more of this game, but I have never had my chat this active, which I really, really love. So it is proving to be a bit of a challenge, but it's a challenge I want and it's a challenge I accept. So I think right now we do see a push coming from the blue team, and this is he's gonna lose his commander, and yeah, another D gun would help. It was a sacrifice that needed to be made. There is a potential for a res bot to come out and re-res that. That's 300 build power off the field. You don't want to lose. You don't want to give your commander away too easily. Honestly, like after a while, your commander just needs to be off the front line and building radars, recapturing mexes. You don't want to lose your commander like that. Absolutely not. Because 300 build power, that's the most build power in the game. Right now, since there's nothing really too cray going on, we're going to discuss as far as strategy goes. It's something to help the new players out, all right? So you want to take a look at the map, whatever map you're on. You're probably going to play glitters, and that's just the way it is. You're going to play glitters. Like I said early on, the middle of the map has 3.2 nodes, which is important because almost every other node, every other node is 1.8. If you take all your nodes and you take your 3.2 nodes and you get like a laser tower up front to deny their 3.2 nodes, or even better, take their 3.2 node, you will actually give yourself quite the early game advantage. And that is where, as a team, 3.2, this is a team game. As far as glitters goes, this is absolutely a team game. There are 1v1s. There are, situations where it's not so team oriented. But this right here is a team game. You do want to get as many resources as possible, because if you get it, he gets it, and they don't get it, which happens all the time, it will snowball. It will easily snowball. You'll be able to get your tier 2 faster and all that. Now, there are certain things in this game you have to be aware of, and one of the things is timings. And there's several there's 3 or 4 like really dangerous timings in this game where you will see most games won or lost. Early game, a massive push which will leak into the back lines and just cripple the team. That will win a game. Then there's once after that your lines get established and it's just push pull this, that, and the other. And their job is just to hold the line, give if they have to, but not let anybody through. And that typically is pretty easy to do as a new player. But the next timing would be a tier 2 push. Now, this tier 2 push normally comes from one of your support players, right? Tier 2 pushes are extremely dangerous because you'll be sitting there with your tier 1 players. You'll be pushing, you'll be trading, you'll be doing the whole thing. The next thing you know, 5 or 6 hounds come out and blow up your entire army. Now you have a bunch of tier 1 with some hounds pushing towards your back. We do have some tier 2 pushing for our red team, it looks like. So this can be dangerous for our blue player. Luckily for the blue player, the canyon is a little bit easier to hold against a tier 2 push, because with all this ground, it's really, really hard because you kind of micro around all the dangers. But a tier 2 push, it can be very dangerous, mainly because it can just obliterate one side of the line, and you could really collapse on it if you do a good job with that. After that, then what do you think? It goes, you have your tier 1 early, you have your tier 2 mid game. What do you think starts coming late game? You have tier 3. This normally comes from your eco player. Eco's player's responsibility is not to be doing what this gentleman's doing. I don't know why you would need platypuses. They are anti-air. I think he is. No. Yeah, I would never make platypuses in this situation. Just my personal opinion. His responsibility is to get to tier 3 as fast as humanly possible. Nobody, absolutely, there should be no reason why he's building units until tier 3, unless it's construction units. It is almost 15 minutes into the game. Normally, you would see an APHIS starting to go up right now. Let's check out our orange player. We do have advance. We do have a fusion reactor going up for our orange player. This right here is not if I was playing and I zoomed out for a little bit and I looked into the bases, I'd be a little worried for both teams. This is where scouting comes in handy because you want to know. You want your air player to try to at least send one or like a small scouting contingent towards the eco player, and the reason being is you want to know if you're ahead. You're not going to know if you're ahead unless you have someone like Snoopa on your team. Then you know you're ahead. You don't need a scout. You're like, okay, I'm good. But or Happy Coder, veteran of my stream. Like we all like, if you watch my streams, you know his tier 3 comes out at 17 minutes on the dot every single time. He comes out with like 15 Marauders every single time. So fact of the matter is, those timings, right, are what you need to know about. You need to know if you're ahead on those timings, and you need to know if you need to be defending those timings. So we do have what looks like a push that's going to start to go through. Our blue team has taken quite a bit of this canyon. I'm a little concerned for our red player because getting a foothold on this 3.2, like it's still early enough in the game where these mexes really matter, especially you start upgrading them to tier 2. So for our red player, this is a bit scary. I would be a bit worried. Looking through, this is standard. This right here, this is standard for a canyon. His goal is to hold this as long as possible. Eventually, this seems like it always collapses. It always feels like it collapses right here. But I feel like he's doing a good job doing what he has to do, and you do want to hold this as long as possible because eventually he is going to tech up, and you're just going to have a massive amount of tier 2, tier 3 pushing right behind you, and it's going to be super helpful. The fact that I see very little scouting coming through just tells me that they're either too afraid to scout, or here comes a push. We do have a Tiger Heavy assault tank push, and this is the problem with like giving up that much space. It's right next to his base. It's going to be able to take out all the build power. These recluses are not going to be able to get out anytime in the near future. He did have a Juno coming through. I do like the use of Juno, especially on low level games, because it is a bit of a more advanced tower. What a Juno does is it allows you to destroy any radar or anti-radar that's within its range when you fire it. Not just holding this down. He's got 2 gauntlets out, but the problem with gauntlets is like I said, tier 2 just melts through all this. So eventually this is going to get nullified. What it normally ends up looking like, it's just 2 bare fields with just 2 armies pushing against each other. But right now, I don't know if we're going to get to that point because we do have... Hold on. It looks like we have a little bit of a team killing going on. Or, no, I'm wrong. Am I? No. It just looked like it. They for some reason, they looked red. I think those little red strips on the top just kind of threw me off. I was like, what's going on here? Green was able to push through. You want as much space as possible. You don't want to let him start getting this open field, because what ends up happening is you got the advantage right here, but after this they got the advantage because this right here and this, when it's this close to your base, it's really hard to defend both areas of attack. So what I can expect to happen is possibly, if Brown can't hold it, it can collapse into the air player, and pretty much the whole back line's gone. The back line is what carries you through the rest of the game. What can you do? We do have a bit of a tier 2 push with Fiends come through there. Looks like they are going to be going for maybe the canyon. Yeah, looks like they're trying to push into the canyon. Too much AoE for me to want to push in the canyon, especially those Mausers. But those Mausers can do a lot of self damage if they're not used correctly, which seems like that's starting to happen. Yeah, Mausers going down left and right. to their own firing. I think that was a good trade. That was absolutely a good trade. The only problem is, I'll show you something. 5.68K right here. This is all on blue side. Almost all. Maybe a little bit on this side. And that looks like he's going to lose his commander. Yep, there it goes. Now that's going to go up another 1.2K. Oh, shit. Well, it's getting eaten up right now. Yeah, blue team's smart. They're doing the smart thing. They're eating up what they can. We do have a little bit of a tick spam going on. This is where Juno does come in handy because Junos do counter ticks quite aggressively. It will already hit the ground that's underneath it, and ticks cannot handle the radiation, and they will blow up the second they stand on it. It only lasts about 15 seconds, so you do want to have preferably 2 players with Junos if you are around this time of the game. Just doesn't look like a lot. Like if I zoom out, it just doesn't look like a lot. We're at 20 minutes into the game, and we have 1 APHIS for this player. He could scooch his bar down a little bit more and get more metal if he really, really wanted to. But for right now, I think it's fine. I think it's fine for right now. Just little old me thinking, which, I could probably not do any better, honestly. We'll find out one day. Starting our first APHIS for our back support player. Oh, I just don't. He should at least have a. I don't know. Who am I to talk? I never play air. APHIS going up for our dark green player. This is where things start getting dangerous for this canyon right now. Because when you start getting these APHISs, stuff starts to snowball, and then if they don't make any progress here, they never will. They never will. Simple as that. This is all lost. This side's gone. Unless tier 3 starts coming out real soon, I don't think they can hold. I do like the addition of the tier 2 fortification walls. It is going to hold them off. Yes, we do have tier 3. We do have Shivas coming out, and Shivas, in my opinion, are the worst tier 3 units you can get unless they're in the canyon. Then they're amazing because they have amazing AoE with their cannons. But the problem is they miss a shit ton. But it's hard to miss when there's like 5,000 units in a canyon with that massive amount of AoE. But one Shiva is not going to turn the tide. We're going to see a lot more of that. We have a gantry coming through. Looks like he is going to go for Kargets. Not the worst call. Not the worst call at all. Air is probably going to try his best to try to hold this off. But the problem is, Potato. Doing the best he can. I'm not going to hate on him. Mauser's just chipping away. Now, this is quite the investment. This is a Balisk. Balisk are nice. I don't like them on the front line because they have plenty of range. You don't need. Oh, let's see. Can we find out what the range is? Come on. Not sorta. They got plenty of range. You're gonna hit the. I just don't like it there because look, it's gonna die. It's gonna die, and it's a huge investment. That's so much build power, so much energy. Just see ya. Yeah, see. Blue players starting to make a push towards yellow's base. Looks like these Sheldons are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. It's going to get shut down, though. It will get shut down. Sheldons are not... I like Sheldons, but they're not good for this. What he used them for, they're not great for. Now, these ticks... Yep, that's what a Juno does. Good use of a Juno. Good use of a Juno. Another one would be nice, just to make sure those ticks don't go through. Because those ticks, if they would have slipped through, it would have been a really big deal. Close to the right idea. I just don't think he has it on his map. Because if you can hit it, you hit the production of the ticks. You hit all of it. But it's almost there. It was almost perfect. Almost a perfect shot for Juno. And Junos aren't deterred from my experience. They're not deterred from anti-nukes don't shoot them down. There's nothing really shoots them down. Good use of the Juno. Excellent use of the Juno. We do have tick spam coming out from our yellow player. I am not, rascal spam. I'm not in agreement with this because you need units. You don't need ticks. Ticks aren't really units. Got a bit of a push come from our pink player. I do agree with this because you're not getting to Canyon. If you can shut down a bit of this tick spam, it can prove to be valuable. Ticks not only give you a bit of a threat, but they also give you vision. And vision is super important in this game. Vision increases the accuracy of shots, and it also increases your your ability to see what's going on. So obviously, knowing that there's Junos in the field, you start to go more pawn spam. They will not be affected by Junos, but they are going to be quite a heavier investment. We do have someone taking a cue from our gold player. Cyan has built his own ballast. This is going to require a response from either a shield or to kill it. And I think his only option would be a shield, which he does have one. Good on him. Pop-up plasma artillery is coming out. Decent range on these things. They're basically like the rattlesnakes, except a little bit sneaky. Oh, rattlesnakes can cloak, but they're good. I like it. I would prefer to see actual units, but that's just me. As I say that, a Starlight comes out. Not a bad choice. Starlights are nice, but the problem is Starlights, those are too mobile. But I think right now it's just getting anything else awesome. We do have a tier 3 Marauder push. Tier 3 finally hitting the field for our Cyan player. We don't see any tier 3 for our orange player as of yet. The nuclear explosion was able to take out a couple of those, it seems. You don't want this to snowball. You want to catch it when they caught it. You want to catch the tier 3 when they caught it, when they had 5, 6, and it's pretty easy to deal with. But now we have a attack from Potato. He is going to be able to get a few bombs off. Good on him. The Air Force for gold is falling. Surprisingly, tier 1 fighters. I think this should have been handled a lot better, but probably because we do have tier 3 up. No, that's tier 2, right? No, that's tier 3. Probably because I normally would assume that players would have at least there was a little bit of anti-air, but there wasn't as much as I would normally expect. But I am a new player, and I do understand that being a new player, there's a lot of learning curves. And one of them is when and where to build, anti-air. And if you can easily forget to build it. It's just the way it is. I am totally going to agree with Damn Gam. If you could beat a barbarian player without changing, it's time for you to start playing against players. I do think you have to have, because my problem was when I first started was understanding the economy. I played StarCraft for years. Years and years and years and years. And I got the grasp of it, micro, macro, and all that. But the economy is just a little bit more advanced in this. And the consequences are you mess up and you're stalled. You can't build units. This is pretty much GG, guys. He's asking for res bots and all that. I just don't see it happening. He's doing his absolute best. We do have 12 people in the chat. I would like to welcome you all to my channel, Jade Nova. I am not the best player in the world. I will never, ever come up try to tell you I am the best player in the world, but I will always tell you how I feel and what I think can be done different. Doesn't mean I'm right. In fact, there's been a couple times where I have admitted that I was wrong. I think Juicy Juice is a good example of that, where I was like, why are you making Marauders? You can make Razorbacks, but the Marauders saved the day. Canyon right now, I would, yes, keep them in Canyon. If they push into Canyon, you turn on them. That AoE is just too delicious in the Canyon. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? But truth be told, ladies and gents, right now, the only thing that's going to help them right now is they got to stabilize. They got to stabilize the front lines, and I don't see it happening. They can't. They have to do something. Somebody has to get construction bots or whatever and stuff. Like, I understand. Like, you can't. Not right now. You can't get reses going. You can't get construction going for this team for yellow or anything. I just don't see it happening. But that's what would need to happen. You need, because they're going to get out ecoed. Like, no matter what, no matter how well you hold the line, eventually there comes a point where having even one more player is just too much. It's just too much. He needs a power. Mad Dog needs power. Mad Dog, I think my biggest issue with Mad Dog is like there was a point where like he was just producing spam and not real units. And I think he was trying to echo. I'm like, your front line, dude. Like, we need units. There's like, look at all the Sheldons. That was his line. Could have done a better job narrowing down the Sheldon units, holding his line, in my opinion. But at the same time, let us not forget this. You know, he doesn't even have his bubble anymore. Potato doing his best to try scrounge up an Air Force and do something, which is, I think the better air player as far as like, you know, macro and getting an Air Force out is actually our Tan player. But the bigger huevos, the bigger cojones belong to Potato right now at the moment. He was able to get through and he was able to do some decent damage. Last hosted lobby. OP man, I appreciate you, man. But my biggest thing is like I really feel like I take advantage of the situation, you know? Like when I don't want to take advantage of the fact that you got all these lobbies and you're such a great guy and you're willing to let me cast it. But you know what? I will absolutely do my app. I want to get something going. Here, let me put that. What do you say? Where is it? Where is it? Where? I'm looking for his comment again. Boom. He was going to try and squeeze us in another really OP lobby, which would have been really, really, really super cool. The only issue I have is like, you know, I don't want to take advantage of his niceness, you know, like I don't deserve that, you know, but at the same time, that's so cool, dude. That makes me so happy. Yeah, they want to end it. Yeah, well, yeah. To me, it's not one good push can end this, but the problem is the way this game is like you lose a push this big can be an issue. I don't think they're gonna lose this push though. You don't want to. I remember I lost my entire base, and I was able to build up my base to some degree, but I was able to get like 25 res bots out, and I just built and our defense is held. I just built an entire army of the dead. It was the greatest moment of my life. I just had zombies just walking into their base, eating their brains. It was the greatest. They all had halos. Yellow's singing the same thing. He's like, I want to do it. It's a little premature of a GG. I do like the slow crawl. The slow push is nice. Mauser Starlights can be quite effective. But we'll see. Starting to engage. Tiger Heavy Assault Tank's nothing to sneeze at with a couple of Shivas involved. I don't know. There's no way. Why are you trying to build this? That's my biggest thing. That's my biggest thing right now. It's just like, why? I would never, like, I love you, Viper. You're good. Like, lots of love for you, you know? Lots of love. Here. But here's the problem. You need units. You don't need this. This can wait a little bit. Tier 2 is more than enough to help you out at the moment. But, yeah. For any hope, at least. For any hope, at least. Yeah, that looks like it's over. GG. Well done by our blue team. I think they took advantage of the opportunity. I think the collapse of the canyon was the big turning point. Fact of the matter is, it was a great game. Great game. Good stuff. So let's see, let's check out the battle list before we get Thanat's in. We are going to check out the battle list, just in case anything super crazy going on. Ooh, hi, Thanat. He must have found out. Wait, where is he? Is he in? He's up. Oh, no. No new buddies. Oh, he's in. Yeah, look at that smile. He always gives me a nice smile. I will give him a smile in return. There you go. There's a smile. There's a smile. We all know Thanat. We all know we love Thanat. He's a good buddy. Hopefully we make some more good buddies, though. This is a lobby where I don't really know too many of the players. This is a little rare because I have actually really enjoyed getting to know the community. And I'm really excited to get to know a lot of these people. Ninja Looter seems like he's a very, 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 very smart with his positioning. Very good with his positioning. He goes real heavy to the paint. Oh, it's one streamer. Oh, you damn right. You're darn right. OS1, all fun. OS1 all day. Repping. Your mom? Kind of. I don't know. I was at the zoo. I was at the, Yeah, I'm all right. I don't ever claim to be the best. And I'm just doing some friendly shit talking. Just doing a little friendly shit talking. Just some friendly. It's just some friendly shit talking. I don't have nothing against the guy. It's not really defensive. It's just kind of fun. Just a little background about me. My family, most of them were military. And so shit talking is kind of in the genes at this point, So good stuff. So so we do have Cedar Door. Let's see who we got going on. Dub Hadara is going to be holding the cannon entrance to his right hand man. It's going to be Thanat, good old Thanat. I'll stream snipe for y'all. Don't worry. Thanat's going to be his right hand man. Greens out first. I see. Who the hell isn't enjoying this? Even in the game, nobody cares. Yeah. Yep, there you go. Share the guilt. Nice, Cedar Door into it. Nice to meet you, Cedar Door. I hope to God that we become good buddies. I can one stream snipe as Cortex, not no sharp speeder. No way. That is my cousin. Is Thanat your cousin? Then add me, brother. We shall be a family. Good shit. So Greedo's shot for. Oh, Greedo, you've already been a part of my stream, dude. Today. Tony no knows. So we do not have a guy placing for the blue team for the canyon, but if we do, Copper Kilo looks like he is going to be. He stole my name. He picked someone that should just. Okay. Twitch.com, Cedar, door knockers. All right, buddy. Here, let me just type it down real quick. You know what? I have the stream. I'll add you a little later, broski. Let me see if I can find you. Actually, I'm gonna try and be cool. I'm gonna try and be cool. Watch, you'll get a follow. Let me see if I can find you, buddy. Browse. Twitch TV. Son of a bitch. I know, right? Good shit. I will check. I will find you and I will add you because I am not a dick. Well, all right, I am a dick, but you know, I'll still find you and add you. Griddle shot first going to be our eco position. Oh me, oh my, going to be supporting the right hand side of the left hand side of the line. Oop, LOL. OP. Yes, we are all OP. Let me get back to my StreamYard, guys. I miss it. Raj Pod is going to be attacking the entrance of the canyon for his team. Nut is going to be his left-hand man. Make sure the side doesn't collapse right over there. And he's going to be going middle, just right-hand side of his canyon defender player. Right, let's have good times. The microwave. The microwave. Hopefully busting out the radars. Philosophy. When it comes to philosophy, there's no better philosopher than Al Bundy. Just letting y'all know. So the microwave is going to be defending the canyon for the red team. Chromac going to be his support player. Air player is going to be D-Mole. Mimi. D-Mole and Mimi 121314 have both been on the stream before, I believe. I do agree with the start for the bot lab for our eco player. Cat Cow. I just can't get over your name. Cat Cow. Although the world's a little cat cow. Not much going on. We all know how these games start out. They're just starting out with their beginning build. Then we'll start seeing units push out. We could see ticks. We could see grunts and pawns. We can even see something a little heavier if, say, rocketeers can be quite common. How much you'll never need in 1/7 kind of do. A lot of chit chat going on. He does prefer tea. Just so everybody knows, D-Mole, if you love him, send him some tea. We do have some units starting to push out for both our players. More scouting on this side. We do have a little bit of damage being done by some rascals. Some counter rascals coming out for our light blue player or violet player, whatever, for the Nat. Good call for that. I do like what Tony No Nose is doing. He is pushing out just a little bit earlier than most people would, which I am in full agreement with. I am not in full agreement with stopping to take metal, though, because in my opinion right now, you want to secure your 3.2 first and foremost. And if Nut decides to not take his, he will secure his before and be able to deny his. And that will be more of a problem for our blue team in the long run, just in my opinion. Dub Hadara. Let me see. Dub Hadara. He does have we do have some reclaim bots out in the field. Not normally what you see in these lower level games. Trying to bust out the jukes for those ticks right there. You're not going to juke a laser cannon, but there is one tick free, and if he gets it. Yep, no. Juke. Cat cow. With the jukes. He is making that tick dance. Oh, can he get two? I will be so... Yeah, hiding behind it, so it will not hit him if he's got the right angle. Our green player just having enough of this BS. Says, bye-bye, tick. One tick for 2 mechs, that's definitely going to be more than worth it. Tier 1 coming out for our green player, trying to push up. I think if I am Nut, I do not. Let me just double check. If I'm Nut, I like it. I can accept it. I'm good with it. I'm just a little bit more reckless. I would have I would have liked to have pushed up further a little bit more and stolen. I would have tried to steal. Like I would try to steal that 3.2. Right? What's going to stop you? An incisor? A blitz? No. Truth be told, like that 3.2, I would have stolen a while ago. Just me. It's just me. I'm not. But I do like what Nutt's doing here. I do like it. It does work, and it is the bare minimum what I do ask of frontline players when they first started out the game. Just try and take that 3.2. It's a team game. It helps the team out. The more metal the team brings in, there's a reason why they count it right here. More metal the team brings in. See, red team right now doing a good job taking red player taking his 3.2. Am I tripping? All right, that's just a grunt. Here. Already getting a beamer up. I like the inclusion of a beamer. I do. Because the problem right now, what he's going to worry about is little run bys here and there. Gold's got this side locked down. I don't see too much happening back here. The major areas where you have run bys are going to be here and here. And so Gold's got this locked down, which is, it's nice. And this right here is instead of like shooting like pew, 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 it's just pew. And it really does melt tier 1 run bys like that. Like actually, I prefer this for tier 1 spam and tick spam to these, even though it may cost a little bit more, but by the time that's happening, it's unconsequential. We do have people paying for this pay meta. OP Man did mention that he does not understand. Oh, was it OP Man? Or was it Damn Gam? One of them said that they don't understand the paying meta. People just used to hand out things freely, and I can get it if like you're so good that that 450 just it can demolish you if you don't get it. But none of us are that good. And if you're in my chat, you're listening, like none of us are that good. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong. Copper Kilo trying his best to take some more of his. The problem is, I think he's starting to realize the position he kind of put himself in. What is this thing? There's a boombox. There's a boombox. Anybody sees this? There's a boombox on the field. Found an Easter egg. Congratulations. You found an Easter egg. Capture for a surprise. Somebody capture it. Somebody capture the boombox. Now who's pissed at the stream sniping? I found you guys a boombox. Do it, Nut. Do it. I'll sell your T2 for the boombox. It's got 97% health. Don't you dare kill it. I'm tripping, dude. Holy crap. There's a boombox on the field. I want it. Why can't I be playing? I want to capture that so bad. Whoever captured that, you got to let me know. You got to let me know what's in there. You got to let me know what's in that boombox. The Nat. Get one tick and just run up that boombox and get it. Get one tick. I'm telling you, buddy. Do it. Somebody get that boombox. Somebody get it. I know that Nat listens. But yeah, I do find these. This is the one thing I like about this game. There's lots of little Easter eggs and things like that. It's super fun. Super fun. Looks like we have Green pushing out towards the boombox. Still not. There's 2 of them. There's 3 of them. There's so many boomboxes. All the boomboxes. Red's gonna capture a boombox. Is he? There's boomboxes all over the field. This game has been blessed by the boombox god. I have no idea. Toasty. Toasty asking. I wonder if you can pick it up without a transport. It's I like where your brain's going. I love it. I like what you're thinking. I would love to see it. I have no idea what a boombox is. I think we have been blessed by the boombox gods. It's kind of cool. I'm down. But yeah. But Toasty, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you on. I hope you enjoy. I do try my best to cast the smaller guys. Get a few names out there. Most people on my stream, they are very aware of the Nat, and even who is this guy? Mimi. Even players like Mimi and one or two more that it might be in here. Cedar Door does have a Twitch if you want to subscribe to it. It's a little hard to. I'm gonna have him put it in chat when we're back in, because I kind of want to, if even if he doesn't subscribe, I want to do the right thing. You can reclaim it. Wait, can you? Mimi, do the thing. But yeah, we do have boom boxes out in the field. We do have Red pushing out. He has absolutely claimed this 3.2, which is at this point in the game is pretty big. It's pretty big. We do have a double laser tower with a cool little hat on top of it. We do have a bit of metal being shared, and we do have metal extractors being upgraded to tier 2 for our. Well, I'm not going to say which team. Tony No Knows just upgrading his defenses a little bit. This can actually push. Let me see. Yes, it will pay for itself. In my opinion, yeah, absolutely, it's going to pay for itself. I think that's a good positioning. I want to kill that so bad if I was him, but still, yep. We do have people drawing out the boom boxes here and there and everywhere. But yeah, looks like a Smart Ninja Looter. Now he was holding a Canyon last game very well. He is getting a little bit more of a challenge from Raj Bors, especially since he decided to put up an exploiter armed metal extractor in the Canyon. This is going to make it quite hard to push into. Those things have quite the amount of HP, and it's just, it does the deeps. It does the deeps like hardcore, and plus it's getting healed. They don't have the DPS to take out a metal extractor. That's a very I love him doing that in the Canyon. I love that he did that in Canyon. They should allow. We are starting to get our first reactors. Starting to go for. Looks like Cat Cow has been able to just sit back and eco along with his own eco. So we do have a pretty impressive backline starting to develop for our red team. At the same time, I would definitely like to see more power going up for our blue players. I would really like to see more power going up for our blue player. I would love to see all the power for our blue player. Thank you. Somebody donate this man some motherfucking power. Oh my, doing his best. He is producing a little bit of a. Oh my, doing his absolute best to produce some units. I think he's just taking it off a little bit more than he can chew at the moment. He does have 4 things building, and right now it's just kind of eating away at his ability to build, which is fine. Lots of hearts to you, Greedo. Lots of hearts to you, buddy. He stole Artie again. No, he stole your Artie. Poor Kay. I think Cedar Door might be listening to my stream and really starting to understand why I was like, give this man some power. But yeah. But once again, I do not encourage stream sniping. I do not encourage cheating. But like I have to say, at least once every stream, I believe I have the right to cast games that are public, the lobby, just as long as I'm not a dick about it, and I'm not really imposing on the entirety of the game. The problem I have is there's no way to make it fair for me. I could stream it from one person's perspective, but he has a vision of everything that his team has, and therefore anybody on the other team is going to have perspective. So the best thing I can do is just stream the entirety of a game. And until they figure out a way to fix that, I don't even know if I can put a delay on it. But even so, if I put a delay on it, I'm not going to be able to talk to my chat, and I would be super sad. Microwave in total control of this. I do like what he's doing here, but the issue I'm having is it's a little squish. I do like the Centurions, though. I would prefer the pawns behind the Centurions because, believe it or not, the pawns actually have good DPS. If you look at them, 90 DPS, right? And they fire quite quickly. Right here, 91 to 183. Those things are so expensive. The mace actually has like 75 DPS. So if you can kind of get like a little bit of a meat shield in front of your pawns and get your pawns like in a good position, you can actually do some serious deeps with your pawns. Micro your own units. I don't need them. If you're manning Centurion, just go T2. I would say, I don't know. Like the thing is like T2 is not Microwave's responsibility. If he's able to get Centurions, that's super awesome in my opinion. Because T2 should be what his support should already be at, if not getting, which I think he does have. No. Yeah, he has Centurions too. This is the thing, is like Red shouldn't be getting Centurions because he can't ever let up the pressure. And even if he can, there's gonna be a moment where he can't. Yeah. Oh, yellow got nuked. What? Oh, I missed it. Cat cow. And it was cat cow. All right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Maces need the buff. They are trash. They're absolutely trash. Yellow got nuked. I got two thralled. I apologize. See, I'm the worst streamer of all time. You can't say you have an advantage of me because obviously I missed the nuke. I missed the nuke. He's begging for anti-nuke right now. I don't. Yeah. Could be too little too late. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. But yeah, this is starting to turn into a little bit of fucking. I love it when nukes happen. I love it when they happen because it does take a little bit of balls to build that nuke silo, especially this early. We have a commander going down at the front lines for our, I believe our Violet player. Up. There's stuff and things, guys. We're gonna find out. Ooh, ouchies. That is a bit of an ouchie. Now, I would like to have a bit bigger army to go in behind that, if possible, because there needed to be a bit of a bigger army. But the fact that he does have a few Sheldons, but Sheldons aren't really great until bigger numbers. They're a little squishy, but they are fast. But they're really great in good numbers. They don't actually have that great of a fire rate when you think about it. But get 10 of those together, they're pretty awesome. We do have a bit of a red push coming through the canyon. Getting into this canyon could be key because once you get about here, you lose the disadvantage as the attacker and you gain an advantage because, look, his construction's all right here. I don't think red lost because for when anti-nuke's starting to go up, if they lose this push, then yes, I think it's probably a loss. But they gotta do something with this push right here because they gain the advantage right here because all their stuff's right here. You can kind of just go around the side, take out this, and on top of it, he's not really macroing the best possible. Yeah, you got a point there, Toasty. You got a point there, you creamy-looking piece of bread. That said, we do have a little bit of a push going on the front lines from our gold player. It's going to stall out. It's going to stall out. And the thing I don't like about these pushes is now they don't really have a choice because they have to make something happen. Maybe. But the thing is the one thing that what Canyon again looks like, yeah, Canyon got nuked again. But if you check right here, 6.64K, you don't want to. You can't be leaving that, but at the same time, I don't know what you do at this point. Yeah. Oh well, blue wasting a nuke. I've seen some like god awful nukes in my time. My like 2 weeks playing the damn game. I loved it. I don't know who it was, but he's like, do you know what you're looking at? I was like, I know what to look at. I was like, shit, Total Biscuit like used to cast StarCraft all the time, and he was like god awful for a long time. But actually, I am not bad. I'm really not that bad at this game. Lately I've been winning a lot more than I play than I lose. It's just I don't play that much. Mostly it's me casting. I've learned so much through casting and through watching other casters that I do feel like I have gotten a better grip. I did do a 1v1 versus one of my streamers. You know, one of them I went cheese, the other one I went standard, and the third one my internet went out. So the cheese was fun. I tried to go air, get a transport. I was gonna basically commander drop his base, and try degun his like bot lab and just kind of try to snowball from there. But he never pushed out with his commander, so his commander was in base, and so when my commander flew over his commander, he just kind of shot out of the air. I was like, you never pushed out with your commander? Why? And I watch him all the time. And I know Aggressa can he'll push out with his commander after a certain time normally, but he was on top of it that game. And then the next game, I was just able to just kind of like harass him to death. And the third game, he got a couple guys in the back, but I had a response. And then also I'm clicking my units, and I was like, okay, no big deal. And then all of a sudden, all my stuff's dying and nothing's moving. I'm like, oh, this sucks. But I'm not great. I'll never ever claim to be the best in the world. We do have. Hey, this is crazy. But here's some units. Nuke it, baby. Is it the stuff and things? The stuff and things. Boom! Shakalaka. He did miss a good chunk of units at the front. Could have been a little bit of a better nuke. I think he had vision on all that. It was a nice try. It's the thought that counts. I kind of agree with you because this right here is your only way of losing. This right here is your only way of losing. One good push comes through, boom, collapses the back line, you're fucked. Simple as that. Yeah. I'm trying to be nice, Toasty. I'm trying to be nice. And plus, it's good old Greedo. We love Guido. He's the buddy. And he had the balls to build a nuke. Can we agree that he at least had the balls to build a nuke? Yep. He did everything he could to build a nuke. Yeah, fuck that. He should have been. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't think we're all going to lose sleep over it tonight. I don't know where that nuke went. They're up to that corner. Okay, now it's getting a little ridiculous. Love you, buddy. Truth of the matter is, yeah, these nukes could be doing a little bit more damage. Now, my question is, what is Blue Sea? Because I've seen games where there's like absolutely no radar by anybody. Oh, let's see. Turn off player cam. Fuck. Here, player view. Here you go. Player view. He sees enough. He sees enough. Right here's a good candidate. Well, it was. Right here was a good candidate. Well, what is going on over here? Why are these sumos just chilling? We do have a fat. My favorite unit of all time. Under settings, huh? You can actually do that. Interface, game control, audio notifications, maybe? No. Control, audio, game. Oh, maybe somebody had insert type OS. Oh, okay. We're going to go to settings. Set insert type of basic advanced. No. Sorry, man. Oh, right here. Filter OS. Okay. It's not where I would normally sit. Lights, particles, build menu, allied cursors, builder, rotatory, keypad preset screen. Nothing yet. Radar, advanced radar loss, dynamics loss, blah, blah, blah. On. OS. I got you, bullshit. I appreciate it, man. Grid optimizer. Love it. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 sec. But yeah, he's helping me optimize my stream, which I really love you for it, man. I appreciate it, bullshuck. We're gonna try skill. So please forgive me for this. I know I'm not casting the game right now. Search open skill. Okay, let's try it. Maybe under advanced. Boom. My man. Coming through for us. So we do have open skill. Nuts at open skill 4, which, my open skill is Uno. Nuts at open skill 4. Andy is at 13, 15, 16, so on and so forth. We do have some pretty decent. Greedo does have skill 29. That requires work. That requires some serious work, in my opinion. But you're talking to a guy with open skill of Uno. Thanat, we all know Thanat, from, I believe that's Finland. I could be wrong. No, that's Norway. That's gotta be Norway. I don't know. Probably like Norway or something. He does. The thing is, like, I think nukes are so rarely used, and I don't know. Ooh, stuff and things are happening. Nukes are so rarely used. I think when people get them, it's like when you, Finland is white and blue. That's another thing I love. Mimi is from China, it looks like. But yeah, it is. But in StarCraft, I'm a Terran player, so nukes are like super kind of like. I love nukes. Here comes another nuke, by the way. Yep. But yeah, I'm a Terran player, and Terran has access to nukes, and so it just kind of makes me feel at home when I see them. Even though in StarCraft they don't have nearly the effect. Nuke a base like 3 times, like the shit's still standing. You're like, what the hell, But truth be told, what I do, believe it or not, what I like to see more in nukes is like Jonius nukes and SCT were pretty hard to do. It was. Nukes turned into a defensive measure more than anything. Just area denial. That's all they did. I would say unless you rush nukes or like you were able to really kind of like sneak them into a base cloaked, you weren't. But anybody with any brain at all can find a nuke. Like there's a big red dot on your screen. But yeah. But I loved SE2. I stopped playing it a while ago. Man, Mainly because, life happens, you stop playing it, and then you're no longer good at it. And then you're no longer good at SE2, and then nobody wants to watch you. But I used to stream it all the time. Here's the funny thing. Do nukes? No, you can't nuke the Shiva. There's anti-nuke. You can't nuke what cannot be nuked. Shivas, I believe, are the right call for canyons, but not against Tixman. But for the most part, I like Shivas in the canyon because they do have lob projectiles, which do massive AOE, and AOE in the canyon just feels right. It just feels good in the soul. And but my biggest problem with Shivas is I do think they are the worst tier 3 unit on the field. Outside of hovercraft. But the problem with Shivas is that they're slow projectiles, easy to dodge, kind of, but they are actually really good in this area. So I do like it. We do have a tier 3 push of Shivas coming out for the blue team, heading towards our Pink's front line. Well, I thought that was GG a minute ago. Now, granted, I'm not really an eco player, so yeah, they are probably great for good pushes, but I don't know. I see Marauder pushes just I've never seen a good Shiva push really just end a game. Marauder pushes, yeah. So it's used carry tons of games off Fusion Shiva. Interesting. Well, I'm definitely good at I've never said honestly, I am open to being wrong, and I am actually happy when I'm wrong. I know, right? Tier 2 tanks just take out a freaking tier 3. That's ridiculous. At least they can do some crazy. They really can. Yeah, you're 100% right. Well, everything kind of has a purpose, but I would like to see them to be a little bit more, because when you're having marauders be more efficient than going across big puddles of water than a literal hover tank, I think that's a mistake. The Shiva push being held off pretty nicely, it looks like. Red team still alive. I don't see. Here's the thing that started to bug me. We have a Ragnarok coming down on them. They were able to finish their calamity, and now we have one dead player. Our blue player is starting to take some damage from this. Yeah, that should pretty much. That's the thing. Is I was like, it's too soon. Great. This is the beautiful thing about low-level games. Levers are for contesting C. Yeah, you're right. This is why I love these low-level games. It's you're oh, it's GG, and then all of a sudden a random Ragnarok pops up on a mountain. I thought there was one going up here, but I must have been wrong. But yeah, random Ragnarok. I think it was the right call, obviously. It was the right call. Yeah. You can't help it. It was a bit of a throw. There were definitely some options they could have explored. I think now the Air Force is just huge for Brown. There's nothing. I was like, maybe no, Air Force too big. Maybe no. It's GG. Sad to say. Unless for some reason, unless we see another epic collapse. But that's the thing. It's I feel like it's gone, and then something crazy happens. Problem is, 2 keepers are not enough. I don't know what the official number is. I think I heard somewhere along the line 7 keepers. There you go. There you go. Red base. So he's starting to pump out the aphises work out? I don't know it. Per vet, it's 9 on most maps. Yeah. But it depends. Reg is 8. Okay. Yeah, I like his. Or he recycles when. Yeah, absolutely. That's something I started doing more of. I saw Brightworks doing it, and the first time I saw it, I was like, "That's brilliant." No, yeah. Well, the problem I have with at the end of the day, it's kind of a no consequence unless it gets blown up and blows up the rest of your base. And I've seen that happen so many times where like one windmill goes down and then his entire base goes down when everything else should have been fine, you know? But on top of it is free metal. It is free energy at the end of the day. And it's just kind of like if you can, you should. Some people don't have the APM for it though. Look at that. Well, let's do a bit of a base tour now that we're towards the end of it. Pink right now has pretty much done a similar situation. He probably just was like, fingers got numbed and decided just to leave that alone. I like Pink Space, though. It is nice. Do we have a plan or is that? There's nothing. There's not enough. Yeah. Good game, everyone. Listen, I know sometimes like nobody's trying to get on anybody, dude. It's just a game at the end of the day. And I want y'all to know, like, you know, as a community, I'm so proud of everybody involved in it. And I'm so happy of everyone because I've actually seen a lot of improvement on everybody involved. And honestly, I don't have to be good to tell you I see you improve. Hey, Snoopa. Snoopa, welcome. He's our pro. He's in our spectators. He's actually spectating us, guys. Snoopa, he's pro, dude. Yeah, dude. We really do. But I want but yeah, but I'm actually kind of a little bit at a loss of words. But we do have Snoopa in the chat, in the spectator booth. So like if you want to ask anybody any questions, that's the man right there. That's the man. But anyways, back to what we were doing. I really am proud of our community. Well, you know, we all do stupid stuff, you know. Yeah, dude. Like I'm the king of marching my commander into the wrong spot because I want to be greedy. Because I want to be greedy, and the next thing you know, my commander's gone. I can't support the front line. And next thing you know, I'm trying to get my eco back on track, and my support's pissed at me. I'm the king of that. I've done that way too much. And that's just it's one of my weaknesses. But here's the key: is like you got to start recognizing your weaknesses at some point. You know, you got to start realizing, and that's where you get really good. And that's where I got really good with StarCraft. Is like one of my weaknesses. What kept me down is like I was in silver for like a year. Now, granted, I played the game for like 6 years, but for my first year, I was like in silver. And what it was my SCV production. My SCV production was just trash. And so I had somebody, I actually got in contact with White Raw. I don't know if anybody knows what White Raw is, but I just sent him I remember when Crimea got invaded, and I sent him a message just out of the blue. I was like, fuck it, I'm just typing White Raw. I'll send him a message. And he replied back and he said, thank you. I was like, hope you're doing well, hope you're safe and all that. And he replied back and he was like saying thank you and all that. And one day, like I just decided to ask him. I was like, "What do I need to improve on?" And he looked at it. He looked at one. And he's like, "You need to like your SCV production, bro." And I improved that, and I was like in Diamond League like within a month. Yeah, so it was good stuff. It was definitely good stuff. Once again, I want everybody to know Cedar Door does have a Twitch. So I'm gonna plug my Twitch. Cedar, plug your Twitch if you want. So I can add you, brother, man. And if you got a Twitch, Toasty, if you got a Twitch, feel free to plug yours, and I'll add you too if you don't mind. I definitely want to foster a friendly environment with everybody. I know we can all be kind of dicks. We all have a competitive nature, But at the end of the day, I really like the fact that we can all get to know each other because the game's still at that point. It was rough, bro. Here, it was rough, man. But the fact of the matter is, like, it was fun though, right? And that's what was important. You guys had a good time. You guys, there was nukes involved. There was there was like a Ragnarok attempt, and then there was a calamity, and it was a good game. It was fun to watch. But what I was saying was definitely like I really enjoy the fact that it's still at a point where like you're gonna play against the same people again and again and again and again. And because like we're all on this stream together and we're getting casted together, we get to know each other, and it turns more into a friendship and more of a friendly competition instead of like people just cursing each other, just being pissed off. Because everybody knows how aggressive. Everybody that's been on my stream, they understand how aggressive plays. Everybody's been on my stream, they know that the mat's actually pretty damn good. Everybody that's been on my stream knows that Furmust, I forget his name, friends. Do I have him on? He should be. Yeah, Firstrum, and he's actually in a game right now. Firstrum, he's really good at support. Don't let him eco, especially against Happy Coder. But if he does eco, he eventually gets a point because he's a very flexible guy. Like he'll do some really random shit. Like next thing you know, like there's like bombers flying around bases. He's like dropping his commander off in weird areas. He's one of those guys. His build order is a little off. You can definitely see it, especially when he plays Happy Coder, because Happy Coder's build order is pristine. But once it gets past like the 20-minute mark, then he actually eventually gets the upper hand on it. But Cedar, yeah, that was a rough game, bro. Like really, it was really fun though. It was great watching. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Should probably start my introductions. We have Amos going for the Canyon front. We have Mimi actually not going for supporter air. Mimi 121314 going for right hand man. JRE Junior Experience, we're going to call him again. Just Junior works. Going to be left hand of the Canyon. El Padawan. I like it. Glitter is fun. Glitter can be fun. It can turn into a bit of a slugfest, but Supreme's even worse. Nut going to be our support. Who wants her hand? Sorry. Nut is going to be going to our support for our right hand side of the line. Crow Mock going to be a support for the left hand side of the line for blue. Kata Jin is definitely he's definitely a veteran of the channel. I don't think he really knows too much that he's always on. Every time we stream, he seems to be in a game or two. Supreme Lava is fun. Watching that, find out where Cedar. It is what it is. The good news is they have the same advantage. No, Supreme Lava. Well, it depends on like what you're feeling. Like now we're getting into Cancer. I think now we're getting into the C word right there. Renaissance going to be our air player for our blue team. Excuse that. For our red team, we have Matt TDLO3 going to be at the entrance of the canyon. His right hand man is going to be Captain Clutch of the 34th clan. Red Lion is going to be left hand of the canyon. Death Sipe going to be defending the canyon with his support being good old Fat Cat. Sergeant Monkey of Clan DME going to be going to our air player. J-Dog 75. Now J-Dog has had some pretty good builds lately. I think eco position is right where he should thrive. Thanat, I know Thanat in this position. This is more of a comfortable position for him. He should excel in a support position. But yeah. I don't even know Jade. Honestly, this is so bad, but I know I should the funny thing is I cast this game, but I don't even know half the maps, honestly. I saw all the maps because I used to play Total Annihilation. Jade Empress. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Which one is that? Brightworks likes to cast that one a lot. But what was I going to say? I used to play a lot of Total Annihilation when I was a kid, and that was like the biggest thing about me getting this game was like, oh my god, it's like Total Annihilation, you know? Because maxes are, yeah, true. And so as a kid, I played Total Annihilation, and then I got into the original StarCraft, and so on and so forth. And so that's how I got into this. I tried again the other night. Used to rectangle start spawns at bottom and top, so everyone had to start in the water and rush onto land. That sounds kind of interesting. Yeah, that absolutely does sound interesting. Um, after this is going to be my last game of the night, but yeah, for sure. If you're going to do that, add me as a friend too if you want, and let me know if you're going to do something like that. But we do have some shenanigans happening for some players on some possible team. This is about the boringest part of the game. This is one of the boringest part of the games because like there's not a whole lot going on. You know, we have a scout here and there. You know, I do love this. I do love this. This right here just kind of made me like the happiest man in the world. This is some bizzles. Yeah, that does. That does sound really fun. But this is some serious balls right here, and I'm all for it. Oh yeah, yeah, you deserve the hats, bro. You got to keep up on your energy production though, because you are losing metal, and yeah, got to get like he's trying. No, a tank's not what you need. In my opinion, you need a con like desperately because unless you're gonna start building, yeah, unless you start building some windmills right here. But that's just my own perspective. I do hear some stuff going on. Holy free holy! Green already sneaking in with a bunch of rascals. I got all excited about freaking that commander being where he was. I totally missed all the green rascals. You little rascal. El, El Padawan. El Padawan going nuts with the rascals. Like I find it kind of. This is definitely funny. I love it. Get it. He's trying. Has quite the amount of damage done by some rascals. I do feel bad for Thanat. He was definitely the victim of that. Max's green kill. Max's yeah. I don't like peons. Should I went ticks. I agree, and then because like I don't know, peons to me is like they always miss they always miss, especially when I need them to not miss at all. They miss every fucking shot. I don't know, like what do you get? Like you got one max, a few windmills, maybe another max here and there, and a few of these. It costs some APM to deal with. It costs because one rascal taking out one max will pretty much more than pay for itself. And at this level, like any amount of APM spent there, kind of like can prove to be nice. Now, it's a freaking. It's like when you tell somebody that plays football that they have intangibles. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? You know? No, you can't catch them with peons. That's true. I just don't like peons in general. I don't like peons in general, or pawns. I don't like pawns in general, not peons. What is going on? What am I missing right here? Now these blitz. Oh, get those. Yep. Why do I keep missing all the good shit? No, get away. Good dodge. I like it. Yeah, it might be GG already. Yeah. No worries, man. I think for the longest time, I was calling something else, and it was kind of embarrassing when I looked on it when I rewatched my Twitch, my Twitching. Oh, I was calling energy converters like fucking. No, I was calling energy storage energy converters. Oh my god. Don't do it. This is just way too. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. No way. All right, cool. They're not blue, but still. Oh, that did way too much damage. Fat Cat is just essentially ouchies. Oh no. They did push up quite a lot though. So they do have ground to give. The issue I'm having right now is just the run bys were just too much. The run bys were definitely too much. Yeah. Yeah, the leaks were hard. Like dude, like yeah, the leaking was pretty damn hard. This is why I always advocate for like at least like a 3 ticks at the beginning of the game if you're front line. At least 3 ticks, and a lot of what I see happens like they're building like their con by the time they catch it. No. Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. We remember. Yeah, you learned your lesson. 100%. I have what in my very first stream where I stream myself. Um, the blue our air player just got annihilated, and we were just getting swarmed, and I was one of the first people to just get bombed. And I thought it was over, but I was like, "Fucking, I'm just gonna build up and all that." Yeah, we just like had so many anti-air bots and anti-air going on, and they couldn't push through. I had like 6 freaking pulsars at the front of my base, and eventually we were able to push through and win it. So it's never over. Especially like I don't know, man, but it's just kind of there was 26 freaking juggernauts on the field on that game at one point, and they were all on the other team. We had 32. We just had Titans. So we only had 32 Titans. Eventually, they pushed, and somehow we took out all their juggernauts. And I'm sitting there with like 40 freaking res bots, and I'm like, res them. And then we pushed and we won. But yeah, but looks like as of right now, lines have kind of stabled out. It looks like we've got a little bit of shenanigans going on. Brown's probably well aware of it by this point. This is pretty common shenanigans. But it is shenanigans nonetheless. I don't like blue team has definitely pushed them off their 3.2s, except for maybe pink is good. Pink's doing fine. Blue's all right. Well, light blue's got the 3.2s. This is kind of this right here is almost a death blow this early in the game. This right here is almost a death blow because this right here you have to have last until at least T2 comes out. Problem is, there's never going to be T2 coming out for him. He's got way too many cons. And here's the problem with having way too many cons is like, I really feel like he's going to end up eventually using way more build power and energy just trying to build one thing than he's ever gonna have. Now, like I said, I don't know. Oh, here comes another little run by. This is just going to piss. This is just kind of annoy him. This is why you go Cortex as air. This is why you always go Cortex as air. Because this right here, ain't nothing here helping. Not till tier 2 do you get anything that can help. Gunships, meh, but like, why would you want a gunship when you can have a shuriken for a lesser price? So that's the issue I have right now. It looks like Pink's trying to hold pretty much 2 players right now. Thanat doing his best. But Thanat is the support player. But it does feel like Pink player is getting a little double teamed right now by Blue and Cyan. Who's supposed to be helping him? Now Captain Crunch just looks like, oh, why are you going tier 2, brother? You're front line. Why do you need tier 2 right now? Why? I think Cortex is better. Yeah, you're right. No, Armada Win is definitely really good. Core, yeah. Sure, Bomber. I've seen Shurikens just like win games late. I like destroy late game pushes, like massive late game pushes. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's wise. I think that's smart. I think getting getting at least an arm core, arm con would be helpful. Excuse me, because yeah, wind for arm is definitely a big deal. But later on, also core has much more has cheaper aphises and reactors and stuff. There's going to be an EMP rework. That'd be cool. Well, I don't know. Like shurikens do seem a bit oppressive. Huh. Yeah. Well, I can tell you this much. Like every time I get a little upset, like I'll get my tier 2 out and I'll get out real quick and real nice. And I'll be like marching my hounds into like an undefeated base and then into a base ready to explode. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Well, it's interesting because honestly, like I'm learning a lot right now because honestly, I don't ever really have people engaging in the chat that much because I am a fairly new streamer. But I'm learning a ton, and I'm starting to realize how little I really do know about. Because, like, obviously, I've only been playing for a few weeks, so obviously, I wasn't around when like all these reworks and stuff were happening. We do have a push coming out from the pink player into the blue side. This right here, I don't see doing too much damage. Problem is, I don't want you can waste some shots on these rascals. It is a bit overkill. Yeah, blue team's just going to push it back, and they're going to slurp up all that delicious dummy metal. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Well, you should never see like it shouldn't be like standard to go one. It should be pretty balanced. Now, we don't want it like Warcraft 1 balanced, but you do want it balanced to a degree where you're able to not get destroyed by your teammates for going Armada Air, you know? Like to me right here, this canyon, it makes sense to only go like just as much as it makes sense to go core air, it makes just as much sense to go vehicles for the canyon, just because AOE and artillery. I think bots actually most people I see don't play bots. This is just my own personal opinion. You know, an argument through personal experience is an argument, but I'm just saying like most people I see just kind of stop going bots and they much rather go vehicles, mainly because artillery is nice and it's definitely super helpful in canyon because of the AOE and it's hard to kind of dodge all that shit. Yeah. Yeah. And we do have a little bit of a rascal run by once again. He's cloaked for like a fraction of a second. He's trying. I do like these little run bys. It does if it doesn't do anything, at least it eats up the APM. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, it also depends like on the way the map's set up. Like I've seen people take like how many hills are on the map into consideration because bots do have an easier time climbing hills and stuff. You can 2-max spot open into res plus 5 grunts. Yeah, absolutely. I actually prefer, from what I can tell now, I go Armada because, like I said, I'm new and I learned early on stick with what you know. But I know the grunt definitely looks like it feels a lot nicer when it goes to grunt versus pawn because it outranges them. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, like I remember one time I had some ticks and I was getting chased by rascals and I just went over. I was like, wait a minute, over the hill, and he just stopped chasing me. I did so much more damage because it was a beautiful moment. It made me feel good. It made me feel good about myself. But yeah, bots they have a place, but I do see most people going into tanks and artillery. But the problem is, I think bots have a superior to T2. Honestly, I actually really like the sharpshooters. I like the welders. Gunslingers are okay. Fat Boy. I'm sorry, but the Fat Boy is my absolute favorite. And it may not be the fastest or like the best, like maybe statistically, but I love the way the Fat Boy is designed. I absolutely love the Fat Boy. I will always pump out one Fat Boy. And that one Fat Boy will do all the work. No, they are. Trust me. They are pretty damn busted. 100%. You're 100% right on that. They are very nice. The problem is snipers are slower than snail shit. Generally for tier 2 ranking, it's armored vehicle, core bots, arm bots, core vehicles. Yeah, I think you're 100% right. Yeah, well, you have the Sheldons and the Fiends. Those alone are freaking like nuts, dude. My thing is, it's just like I think Armada could be more oppressive. You know what I mean? Use almost the entire lab to make it. Yeah, you got a good point there. You do have to use pretty much the entire lab. Like if you got sharpshooters, which I'm starting to see here somewhere around here. I saw a sharpshooter right here. If you have sharpshooters, you want welders in front, and you're gonna want God, what are you gonna want? You're gonna want a few things. Let me just see. Good thing I paused. Now I can check. Welders and sharpshooters are amazing together. You definitely want a radar bot plus a radar jammer. Yep. Maybe a 7-hour game, bro. It is very passive, yes. Well, this is like here's the issue I'm having. It's like tier 2 came out. There should have been a tier 2 push. Like I always say, there's always like you should be hitting these timings where like you apply pressure. And the issue I have is like I think with the right amount of scouting, blue team should have known that they were well ahead of red team. So I think they should have been a bit more aggressive with the tier 2 push, try to get some damage done. But this is low level play. There's not that communication there. But yeah, there was definitely missed opportunities, and I think it's very common for low level players to be very passive. I'm a low level player and I'm not a passive guy, but yeah, it's very common for low level players to be very, very passive. They're just happy to be alive. And I would not have, like, honestly, if I knew my advantage, I would have been super happy just busting out like hounds, just trying to get something going on in the canyon, which they could have. A hound push in the canyon, it would do a shit ton of damage, especially since he's already pushed in. He's like pushed in like Bubba's cellmate in prison. You know what I mean? Get it. But yeah, that opportunity's passed. Now we're just in another stalemate. The only opportunity I see right here is maybe in the canyon right here, just because he's so far pushed up and damage could be easy to get. Or maybe some sneaky, peeky stuff. I don't know. But until tier 3 hits, like, I doubt it. So we get tier 3, and tier 3 should be hitting in the near. Should be. Now, I think the rule of thumb is 3 aphises, then you go your gantry, and then you start pumping out like marauders. Like, am I wrong on that? Because I've seen this happen a lot too, like where they're just like, no, I'm just gonna keep pumping out more aphises. Well, I think a good tier 3 marauder push should always be the goal on glitters, at least, right? Because that's a timing you can hit, especially if you do some scouting. You're ahead. You're ahead, right? So we did have some rascals in back. We did have a little bit of craziness going on back here. I think this player should have, if done right, and he's going air too. What is going on here? Okay. But who cares? Fact of the matter is like in my mind, I'm like, he should have known what the advantage he had going. And so a tier 3 Marauder push, like I got the timing first. They have to defend it. And this is now break points are 1 to 2 aphises, Mara bombing. Yeah. That's good stuff. I'm going to copy that because I was curious about this. I was curious about like how many aphises for a Thor, how many aphises for Razorbacks. I was curious about that. I was from what I knew was Marauders like were normally hit around 3 aphises, like 3 aphises, then it went down. Well, we got to end the game somehow. Am I right, Toasty? Might as well end it the same way we ended it last time. I am happy for that. Five. No, he's on 3 years tomorrow. Too slow. What does need? I think you're right. You got a good point. You do have a good point on there. But I have seen some Marauder timings just absolutely crush. But like it was more like it was at 17 minutes. It wasn't at 22 minutes. This is true. This is true. You're 100% right on that. Yeah. See, that's another thing about this game I like. It's like the flanking, like the potential of flanking. It's a really cool aspect. We do have some what looks like it did do some damage to our pink player. A little bit of bombing. He's trying. He'll eventually get it. Maybe. What do you think? Do you think he'll eventually get it? Yay! I'll count it. But yeah, you're right. Flanking is a big deal. Nothing's going to happen there. All right, tier 1 spam starting to come out. As far as the blue player goes, why the hell not, right? He has two fusion reactors. Going to his first Aphis. I'm not the biggest fan in the world of it, mainly because I don't know 100% whether or not it's like super efficient, because I would like to be building like, yeah, look how stalled out he is. I was like, no. He's just super stalled out at the moment. It's a pain in the ass. But our green player making complete use of his 4 bombers and 7 fighters to win an entire match with 8 players in it. I'm sorry. I feel like a dick when I say shit like that. I'm not trying to. But honestly, if I was frontline, I'd be really upset. Red Lion pretty much doing his best. Doing his absolute bestie best. Doing his absolute bestie best. I'm fine with it. We do have a run by. Oh my God. Mauser run by. We got a Mauser run by, just doing massive damage. Oh. Cleaned up by the heavy assault tanks eventually. It's not every day you see a Mauser like run by. That was kind of cool. I like the balls though. I like the balls on it. It's getting to the point where I'm at a loss for words. Our sniper count in the past 10 minutes has grown from 2 to 6. We are doing just fine. But anyways, guys, I would like to thank everyone. I would like to seriously thank everyone for. I would seriously like to thank everyone for joining my streams and let me just let me be me and appreciating me and understanding that I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm definitely not Snoopo or a pro at all, and I'm still learning a lot. But I really do enjoy you guys, and I really do. I'm really grateful that you guys do come into my stream, and I really want to make sure that every time I get the chance, I let you know how thankful I am. It does mean a lot to me. I don't ever plan on making making a living out of this, but it is nice to make friends, and it is nice to have people in the community that are that appreciate what you do. So, with that said, back to the game. We do have a little bit of more shenanigans popping up, though. That's the one thing I like about this game. There are some shenanigans going on. We do have one bull just destroying the base of yellow. Is this yellow? Gold. We'll call him gold. Yeah, it's gold. One bull just kind of taking out the base of gold. So Canyon has fallen. I knew this was. I thought this was going to be the first place to fall, honestly. And it typically always is. One of the canyons always falls. This is a the issue that always happens here is it's very delicate. So you have to your goal is to hit tier 2 as this player, like tier 2 ASAP, get that tier 2 advantage and hold or push, one of the two. It's up to you. And what ends up happening is one person ends up kind of eating shit. And next thing you know, you just have two people pumping out tier 1 and nobody ever gets tier 2. So it is what it is. So gold able to stay alive somewhat. We do have another bull in the back lines. Is he going to be able to get these solar collectors? Solar collectors are starting to become valuable because power is going to start being a premium if if he gets this. If he decides to go for the Aphis. We have Razorbacks pushed in the front. One of my favorite units of all time is the Razorback. I think it's got a good design. It's got good damage. I think it's a very balanced unit, actually. It's not impossible to take out, but it does have really good strength. This is what every tier 3 unit should feel like. Is like in some way feel like a little bit of a Razorback. There is a little bit of a Razorback duel. This one should. Oh, nope. Commander D-Gun plus Razorback equals 1 Razorback wins. Nice. Looks like the Ragnarok that we were just spying on is up and running. Yep, that will be GG. Yep, the second that was up, GG. Now, to me, the Ragnarok is fun, mainly because it's just like, okay, now it's over. It turns a 60-minute game into like a 20-minute to a 30-minute game, and I am grateful for that. But anyways, I'm going to say my thank yous to the chat. Make sure I thank everyone. Smurfs are funny. I'm not a Smurf though. I've been accused of being a Smurf before. I think 2 times in like one day. It made me feel good. It made me feel good, but you don't want to ever upset people, but whatever. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining my stream. I'm very grateful to have you play along with me and to learn with me and to even teach me. So, Bullshock, thank you so much for all your knowledge. Toasty Bread, thank you so much for all your knowledge. I really appreciate you guys. Feel free to stop by anytime, and if I'm missing something, catch me on it. I appreciate it. And you guys have yourself a great night and sleep tight.